Hey, there you guys are. Hey, there's a magic ingredient I'm going to be using. You're fine, you can walk through. Ask Kimberly, she's going in the other room. Anyway, she thought I was pointing the camera the other way. Anyway, there's a magic ingredient to my donuts. Yeah. It's a can of biscuits. A can of jumbo biscuits. And these do say they have the buttermilk in them. They had some that had butter in them. I went with the regular buttermilk biscuits because you're going to be making donuts out of these, and you don't want little spots of butter inside your donut. Anyway, so I just went with the jumbo biscuits, great value. I was going to buy the Pillsbury, but I thought I'd try these, and I was quite surprised. So let me, in a second here, we'll open the can together. All right. And for the sake of the video, I'm gonna have the camera pointing down at the at my biscuits, and I'm gonna be putting some parchment paper here, and I'm gonna try to keep this down to a minimum mess. So hopefully we can do this together. All right, I'm gonna be tilting you guys down. There you go. I'm gonna put you on pause for a second. Oh, never mind. I won't do that. I already cut the parchment that fits the top of my stove. And it's going to go on the right side here. All right. Yeah, I'm going to put a can of Elroy dog food in the back there. We just put a little bit of Elroy on the dog food. Let's open the biscuits up. This is always the fun part. You peel it open right here, and she pops on you. There she goes. Scares me every time. All right, so we gotta get our biscuits out. Make sure you wash your paws. Wash your paws. I usually get them out. Well, I've only done this a couple times. Well, I've made biscuits before, but to make these donuts, you'll find that if you let them get up to room temperature, they work a lot better on you. You might have to reshape these a little bit because this one got squished up in the pan here. So this one over here, not pan. Yeah, all right, so you got those. And the other day, last night, actually, not the other day. Last night, I was trying to figure out. All right, so that's garbage. I'll put it over here. And then, I did make this last night. So, I got my pan in here with my oil from last night. I just put it inside the stove. Anyway, so that's right there. So we got the biscuits right there, and the oil, and I'm just using vegetable oil. And I keep the container. I emptied this last night, and it looks like I got a little bit more in there. And I keep the container to put my old oil in, so that way I can throw it away. Anyway, I was sitting there, and I was trying to figure out what I was because I got these measuring cups, these Anchor measuring cups. This 1 teaspoon, up to 8 teaspoons right here on this side, or this is 2 tablespoons. Hopefully I got you guys in camera there. And I thought about that. That was going to make the hole way too big, right? I was like, what the heck am I? And I started looking around everywhere. I was trying to figure out what can I use to put the holes in these donuts. And it was staring me right in the face. Right there it is. My lid off my oil container. It's perfect. Yeah, so this here is what you're going to use to cut the holes in your donuts. All right. So I'm going to get you guys over here a little closer to the donuts. Get you down in there. Get you down in there. All right. And anyway, you want to get your donut or your biscuit. It's a biscuit right now, right? It ain't a donut yet. You want to get it nice pretty, because you're going to put your hole right in the middle, like a donut. Then you push down. And what I did was I just went. They might have a better contraption for this than the cap, but I found the cap worked pretty good. Anyway, I pull the biscuit up around there like that. And there's your hole, and there's the center part. And I pull this out. I set it right there. And you're gonna do that. Here, I'll do another one. All right, that one's all ready. You just push it down the middle, all the way down. Then you pull your biscuit up around there. And once you get the biscuit up, it's a donut now. And there's your hole. Yeah, it's really simple to do. I was surprised. And I found the way to run the heat, which I'll do here in a second, I'll show you. And just keep doing that over and over. And I'm sure I'll cut some of this out of there. Ain't no sense in messing with this camera. Well, I'm sitting here talking. Anyway, you want to pull them all up. But to think, you're going to have 8 fresh donuts in this can. I'm wanting to say I paid $1.76 for. These are jumbo ones. $1.76 for that can of biscuits from Walmart. You know, I know you got some oil you got to use, and hopefully the Buddy and Benji will be quiet in there. They're thinking about making noise. Might kick them out. They can't help themselves. They're trying to guard the house. Anyway, but $1.76 for a can of biscuits, right? And then you're gonna have hot, piping, fresh, delicious donuts here in a second. And you didn't even have to drive nowhere. So, I mean, it's something, if you never did it before, it's something to try. And what I put down on the stove here, that's parchment paper, which I get from Sam's. Yeah, if you buy a 2-pack of that from Sam's, it should last you many years, unless you're a big baker. Yeah. I used to joke with my big brother about that, my sister, up north. Cause I was like, I'll never use all that parchment paper, which I have. It doesn't last that long because I started using it more and more when I'm cooking. Yeah, see, you get this at Sam's. It ain't too pricey. And when I get it home, before I open it, I reinforce this with shipping tape. This box, because it's like the cheap. They got this in the cheapest box you can imagine. Anyway, but if you put some shipping tape on there, it makes this box a lot better. So anyway, and you're going to leave that parchment paper there, okay? Because in a little bit, I'm going to use this rack, and that's what I pull them out on, and I put them up on this rack. And then we'll put the glaze on it, and I'll let them drip through this rack. And it's all going to drip on that same parchment paper. And then when we're all done, I'll just wad up that parchment paper, and most of my mess will be contained right there. Okay, so that's the way my plan is. In this parchment paper, it can get up to like 450 degrees. You wouldn't want to leave it on over here by the burner, so you got to be careful with that. All right, so the oil. Okay, let's get to the oil. I'm gonna get you guys down. And I found on my stove. Now every stove's different. All these knobs. On mine, I'm gonna turn it to about 3/4. If you guys seen that on the full burner, because this does full burner or just the center eye of the burner. But here, if I'm on about 3/4, This oil is going to heat up, and then we'll check it in a second here. And I can move this out of the way. Now I'll come back in a minute. While I got that oil over there heating up, I got some powdered sugar here. I'm going to use about a cup. I hope you guys are in frame here. I'm gonna put, that's going to be way too much. But I'm going to be glazing these donuts. I probably could do it with less. Probably could do it with 3/4 of a cup. But you gotta dip the donuts. So to me, it's worth having a little extra. That way you can dip it and then use what you use and get rid of the rest. Anyway, well that was my handiwork. I went on Word and I increased the font. And I made this, and all my containers got labeled like that. And then I put shipping tape over it. Anyway, let me put that back up in the cupboard. Anyway, so we got this, right? And we got the whisk. Let me get a whisk out. Got a little whisk here. And we're gonna just put a splash. Are you guys in view? No. Put you over here. And we're just gonna put a splash of milk in here. Not much, just a splash. Stir it. Here, let me get you up here, get you down in the bowl. I'll even turn on the torchy light. I'll get you guys down in this bowl. And I only put a little splash in there. I know I should have measured it right. I'm gonna put a little bit more in there. Pretend you're back in grade school and you're mixing up some paste or something. That's what it reminds me of. And now we just got powdered sugar and a little splash of milk. And that's gonna be the glaze for our donuts. And last time I put a little bit of vanilla in there. Alright, so that's going. And our oil's heating up. I think I'm going to put just a little bit more. Just a smidge. You can add more, but you can't take it away, so don't go too crazy. I think that's thin enough. I'm going to put my milk back. Yeah, the longer your milk's out of the refrigerator, you shorten the life of your milk. So I got to put that back. All right, then I'm going to add some Stone Mill pure vanilla extract. And you only want a couple of drops, so don't go too crazy. Just a couple of drops. In fact, I'll put it in my lid. Sometimes this comes out faster than you think it's going to. That's it. That's all I want. I don't want no more than that. Just a hint of vanilla. There. Then my glaze is all ready to go. By the time I got done doing this, my oil's heated up, right? Okay, let's get my glaze all ready. My vanilla extract's back. All right, let me get you back guys over here. All right, I'm pretty sure my pan's done heating up, okay? So the way I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna test it with one of my donut hoes. All right, let's put it in there. Oh yeah, see how she's sizzling? That's perfect. And you're gonna wanna get a pair of tongs like this. And you gotta grab a biscuit, your biscuit, or your donut, and put it down in there. And I was doing 3 at a time last night. It doesn't take long at all. So if you take 3 of these, you gotta watch that oil, make sure it doesn't cool down too quick. 3 of them. All right. This first one's ready to flip over. See it? Don't let it burn. I got a little too brown. And one more hole. All right. Yeah. Move them around a little bit. All right. So let's flip that one over. You can always come back and flip it over again if it's. But see how quick this is going? It doesn't take long at all. All right. In fact, yeah, that's got to cook some more. In fact, I got to move these guys back here a little bit. So I'm only going to do a little batch with you guys on the camera. And the rest of this I'm going to show my daughter and them how to do it. All right, so flip that over again. Oh, she's almost done. They're almost done, guys. All right. They're almost done. All right, they're almost done. I know I keep repeating myself. Anyway, so here's my little tray. Make sure I don't squish any donuts over there, back there. All right, so when you pull them out, first thing we're gonna do, we'll pull it out. Double check that. Yeah, I'm gonna flip that one over, flip that over. Check these. Oh, the holes are done. The holes are all done. Pull them all out. I'm gonna let them cool down just a second over here. Then we'll finish this up together. Yeah, perfect. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. And we're gonna let them cool down a little bit. And I'll go ahead and get my oil off the stove here for now. Let me turn this off. I'm gonna put this back in the oven for now. So I want to show them how to do it. All right. So our donuts are over here now. Our donuts are pretty hot, and they're ready to grab the glaze. Now you can put cinnamon and sugar on these, or you can do them with glaze. I'm gonna do them with glaze for now. All right, let me move this over here. All right. Now, I don't want to put the glaze on the burner. That wouldn't be good. All right, I'm just trying to get you guys all on the camera here. All right, so we're gonna grab one of these donuts. We'll put down the glaze and flip it over. I might have went just a little over on this, and they might not be cool enough, but I'm trying to give you guys a gist. Yeah, probably could have let them cool just a little bit more, and I will. I'll come back in a second. All right, I think I might have thinned my glaze out a little bit too much, so I'm gonna put a little bit more powdered sugar in there, just a little bit. And I'll tell you this much, I've never been a baker in my life. Yeah, I did the cooking, not the baking. Anyway. Last night, my glaze was a lot thicker when I did my first batch. And I think that's why. And the donuts are a little hot. They cooled down a little bit. And I'll put just a smidge more in there. But anyway, I couldn't believe how easy this recipe was. It was so simple. And a lot of times I used to have this right in the kitchen. And Kimberly said, oh, I wish I had something sweet to eat. And her favorite thing is glazed donuts. And I had no idea how simple it was. And I could have stirred it up some more, I bet. But now I'm going to put this back on there. There you go. That's better. That's better. Yeah, that's going to hook on there good. That's a lot better. And I know I should have stirred it up more. Hey, I never said I was a perfectionist. I mean, I am, but I'm not cooking donuts. Not yet. I'm gonna need some practice. You can't be making these every day now. Boy, These winter months coming up, this is gonna be a thing. Especially you got family over, and you can make up some biscuits for them. I mean, biscuits, donuts for them. They'll be in shock how simple this is. But anyway, there it is. And I think it's probably too hot to eat. Here, I'll take a bite. Pause you. But anyway, I think you'll be surprised how good these donuts are. And this is my recipe. Something I found here on YouTube, and I thought I'd try it. I was shocked, and I thought I'd show you, all you guys, how you can make them so simple. And last I checked around here at the donut shops, you're talking $13, $14 for a dozen. $13 or $14. Now I haven't tried to do a whole biscuit and turn it into a fillable donut, like a custard filled donut or jelly filled donut. I don't know if I'll get into that. But for a quick glazed donut, anyway, you guys could be surprised how good these donuts are. They are really, really good for something you wouldn't even think a biscuit could be, right? You just put a hole in the middle. And I'm telling you, hopefully I didn't drip that. I'll get in trouble. Give these a try. You'll be surprised. I hope you guys enjoyed the little short video. Bye-bye.